All right, so today we are going to be learning about author's purpose and how you can identify it. What are the purposes an author can have for writing? Entertain with a story. They have characters, a problem, and solution. So when you are reading your fictional stories, the majority of the time their purpose is going to be to entertain, and they're going to have some sort of a lesson that they're trying to teach you. Persuade or convince the reader to do something. So when you are done reading the story, you feel like you are compelled to do whatever the text is asking you to do. Explain how to do something or how something is done. They'll usually give you lots of details, letting you know how to complete a task. And describe a main idea. How do I identify the author's purpose? First, you're going to think about the details that were included in the paragraph. Then identify the main idea. Finally, read through your answer choices to find a match. So now let's do some practice. So here's a paragraph. That was just the start. The boys appeared on TV shows to talk about the book. They went to a bookstore in California and signed the books that people bought. At the book signing, they made even more money. And a website that tells about Jonah's disease also has copies of the book for sale. So now that we've read the paragraph, we're going to think about what were the details telling us. So let's look at our details. The boys appeared on TV shows to talk about the book. They went to a bookstore in California and signed the books. Book signing, they made even more money. So I noticed they're all talking about how they went to TV shows to talk about the book. They were in a bookstore and signing the books. They even had book signings where they made more money. And then finally, they had a website to tell people about his disease and had copies of the books. So they had all these different places where you could go and find out about the book. So the main idea, I would say, is that they were trying to spread the message of the book. So let's look at our answer choices for our question, which is asking us, why did the author include the information in paragraph 4? F, to explain how so many people heard about Dylan's mission. What does this match what we just said the main idea was? Is that people were trying to get access to the book. G, to tell why the two friends were asked to be on TV shows. H, to describe a place Dylan got to visit because of the book. J, to reveal what information can be found on Dylan and Jonah's website. So remember, if we go back to our details, it was the book on the TV show, they're at the bookstore in California, and that they had a website where they were also selling copies of the book. So they have lots of different places where they are telling people and sharing the book with people. So I would say that your main idea that matches the author's purpose would be that they are F, to explain how so many people heard about Dylan's mission. Because they had the books on the TV show, they heard about it in California at the book signing, and they had a website. So it's explaining to us why so many people heard about his mission, right? That it says nothing about friends. It says nothing about describing the place. That would mean they would give us a whole long description about California, which they didn't. And they didn't tell us really what could be found in the book. Let's try another one. So here's your paragraph. New York City is the largest city in the United States. It has many tall buildings. In the middle of the city, surrounded by these buildings, is Central Park. I've already underlined your key details. New York City, tall buildings, middle of the city, surrounded by these buildings is another place called Central Park. So why does the author include this information in paragraph 1? First, you need to think about, what is your main idea? What are they telling us in this paragraph? Think about your details. Do our details and our main idea match that they are defining an unfamiliar word? Suggest a place to visit. Do they make you feel like you need to go visit this place? H, to present a problem that needs to be solved. Was there a problem we underlined or read about? And finally, J. My thing is blocking. There. J says to describe where the events occurred. So the answer would be J, to describe where the events occurred, because they're telling you it's in New York City and they're giving you details about New York City. It has tall buildings. It has Central Park in the middle of these tall buildings. So your answer for this one was J. So now to review, to find main idea, you must identify the details, describe what the main idea is, and then finally match whatever you decided was the main idea to your answer choices.